I'm standing here with Holly Pisarcik, our women's lightweight and overall women's bodybuilding champion and new IFBB pro here in Miami, Florida. Only your second show?
Second show ever, yep. My first show was 2 weeks ago in Baltimore.
And you weren't even sure if you were going to do bodybuilding?
No, I was told by a local judge at my gym, and my coach encouraged me, and they said, you know, you should do bodybuilding. You are conditioned and you have the muscle. Just do it. So
You're not even 110 pounds.
No, nope. I'm like 107, 106.
And you beat the heavyweight girl who looked like she was about 160, 165.
Yeah, I think I almost passed out when they said my name because I did not expect that at all. I was shocked.
Just goes to show you conditioning, symmetry, beauty play a big factor. How did you get into bodybuilding?
My husband actually, you know, when we met, he was a bodybuilder. He's always, you know, trained. I like to train. I always had fun with it. If you asked me a year ago, would you ever compete, I would have told you no.
So you had no inklings ever of wanting to compete?
No, I never wanted to compete. I just like to train and, you know, eat healthy and, you know, kind of just go with the flow and enjoy everybody else. And then I started training with David Johnston, Team Warrior Within, and, you know, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I told David I wanted to be a freak, so
you wanted to be a freak.
I just want to be a freak, and he was like, okay, so we'll see what we can do. So we trained legs together every Sunday, and then every Sunday and every other Sunday, and then I started training with other people and whatnot with him, and he just like transformed me. And once we started peeling, you know, everything off, we were like, wow, that's something special. So
we've seen women come into bikini, figure, after not training maybe less than a year, and I'm like blown away, like, oh my God, you won figure or bikini overall. This is bodybuilding.
Yeah.
You know, bodybuilding is usually years and years of hard, and some of these girls have been dieting and training for 20 years. Are you kind of like flabbergasted with that overall win?
Yeah, I think it hasn't sunk in yet, and I don't know when it will, that it's actually, you know, I not only took my class, but I also took the overall on people that have 3 times as much muscle as I do. You know, like it blows my mind, but it's absolutely
very professional presentation on stage, which obviously helped you as well. Now, you're a school teacher.
I am a public school teacher. Yeah.
Now, do your kids know that you compete and that you're a bodybuilder?
They do not.
They will know now.
They will know now. Yes, they will.
Now, you know, I always have like these teachers who try to approach and say, "Can you get my pictures offline?" You're the overall champion. No way you're taking down all your pictures.
No. And I wouldn't want to. You know, it's something that I'm proud of. It's something that I work hard for. And I think for my students to see that is something that, you know, it's not something that you know, it shows that I work for something. I work hard at something and I'm dedicated to it, you know, and that also goes into what I do for a living. You know, it shows that I am passionate about things that I do in my life and I work hard for those things. And, you know, people that work hard for stuff, they get rewarded. So I try and teach my kids that, and I think, you know, this reward for myself is, you know, it shows that people who work hard, you know, are rewarded with good things. So
now, you know, it's a lot of people think, oh, it came so easy for her. She's been dieting, only training 6 months. She wins the overall. You overcame a lot of obstacles to be here today.
Yeah.
You had a death in the family.
Yeah.
Your husband underwent a liver transplant at 28 years of age. I mean, how hard was that to deal with?
It was pretty wild, you know. Every day, you know, I started my prep 24 weeks out, and it was right in the middle of my husband having a liver transplant. So I would travel to the hospital, come back. I never missed a meal. I never missed a training session. Nothing. Never. It wasn't optional. And you know, my husband, the day after he had the transplant, he woke up and he had a blood clot, and so they had to do an emergency thing. And he woke up from that surgery, and the first thing he says to me was, "Did you go to the gym today?" So I was like, no, I just couldn't. And he goes, "We are not quitters. You go to the gym." So
wow,
you know,
so
that
he was
the
really a
first
supporter
thing.
of that.
He's the biggest supporter that I have. You know, he's always pushing me, you know, supporting every decision I make, everything that I want to do. And, you know, my dreams are his dreams are mine. So, you know, I couldn't have done it without him.
Did you want to quit at some point? And when you realized that, holy shit, he's got to go through this liver transplant. How can I go to the gym 16 times a day and eat all these meals? And
there were times where I was like, I just don't know if this is what I should be doing, if I should be, you know, at the gym instead of there with him. But I knew for you know, for him, like, this is what he wanted. You know, this year was actually, it was supposed to be his year. You know, he was competing for a long time, and he was, you know, his dream was to be on the national stage.
What's his name?
Chris Pisarcik. So he was a bantamweight. So he, you know, and I just felt like, you know, I had to do it for him. You know, I had to finish it out. And my coach at all times was like, you know what, Holly, if you need out, you can have out. Once you get to 8 weeks out, it's not optional. But if you need out, if this is too much for you, you can have your out. And it wasn't optional for me because I'm not, once I put my foot in the door, I'm in. So
well, you were in all the way, and she is the overall champion here tonight in women's bodybuilding. She's also got that IFBB Pro card. I'm assuming, just call me silly, but I'm assuming you're going to use the Pro card in women's physique.
No, women's bodybuilding all the way. I will never go back.
Really?
No. I honestly,
have you seen the size of the pro women?
I am going to put everything into it that I can do to put that size on, because I told you I'm in. So
right. I think you'll do very well in women's physique, but she's sticking. Holly's sticking with women's bodybuilding. You heard it here first. Holly Pisarcik, our women's overall champion. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Dave Palumbo, RxMuscle.com.